Hey, whoa, 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 hey, hey, baby. Hey. You want a Sonic 06 sometime? I'm sorry. That was impolite. I'm sorry, miss. You're very lovely. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Utmost Games. I'm Chris here, and welcome to Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. I know I have this one kind of already on my channel as it is, but I have a few different reasons why I wanted to redo this one. Mostly because the audio quality and the video quality from that previous recordings I had was just garbage. Second of all, it's because a lot of those were done from an all-night Twitch stream, where I basically just slowly lost my mind as time went on, and just everything started getting slurred, and I just, I thought I could do a better job if I, chopped it up into bite-sized, like, 10 to 15-minute chunks rather than doing an hour's worth of gameplay at a time, and oh my god, just remembering that night, I think I started at like 10 p.m. and like went to like 4 or 5, just finishing up like all the storylines. I was like, I'm done. I don't even care. And all I remember is like swearing like angrily at Amy the entire time, because I'm not a huge fan of her character as far as like the level of my tolerance to annoying voices and annoying motives. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite 3D Sonic games. The bar has moved a bit in lieu of coming back and watching a couple of videos on it, and the newer ones that have come out, like Generations and things like that. So I'm gonna go through this one, and let's try and dissect some of the faults of it, and really just watch me play the hell out of this one. I'm enjoying the opportunity to go back through and be ridiculous again with all the Sonic speed jumps and stuff like that. And I hope you're all ready to see how ridiculous this is going to get. And I hope you enjoy the incredible voice acting of this game. So first up, we got Mr. Chaos, or as his parents like to call him, Chaos Zero, because they really don't think highly of him. That's a shame, because, for a gelatinous water blob with a sparkling brain, he's really got shit together. I can't deny that. Coming out here, taking on cops, I mean, not many gelatinous blobs can say they can do that. Pretty surprised. These youths today. Hey, you come back here. No one said you could go up there. Whoa! Come back down here, okay?
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Sonic, that just sounds painfully suggestive, okay? I'm gonna need you to just dial it back a little bit, buddy, okay? We've already started this game. We don't need you talking about touching blobs. Playing with their water bubbles and what have you.
Come on, you big drip. Where you going?
One thing I will say is that at least the voice acting quality did go up with the actors from Sonic Adventure 1 to 2. And that's another one I want to cover at a certain point. If you watch me finish up my Mario Odyssey one, this was the game I was talking about. As far as going through a game that I already have some expertise in. Because as far as Odyssey was concerned, I was just throwing my head around like, I hope this is right. By head, I mean hat, but it's whatever, Cat Patab Mario, it's fine. Meanwhile, after all that ominous laughing that Sonic ignored, he decided to go take a nap at a pool at a hotel that he's not even staying at. The manager's asked him to leave several times, and he still refuses. And this son of a bitch.
What? Tails? Watch out! You're gonna crash! Ah!
Okay, I want you to do that again, but I really want you to sell to me that you're concerned for his safety.
Tails!
Oh god, it started vibrating.
What am I gonna do with you?
That was my controller, I swear. There's nothing else in this room. There's a bunch of saltines and a matchbook. Hey, whoa, hey, baby. Hey. You want a Sonic 06 sometime? I'm sorry, that was impolite. I'm sorry, miss. You're very lovely. Okay, so let's get this started off with some rescuing of Tails. One little thing I like to do is this, because it's a fun little shortcut. Very simple. Not a whole lot going on. So I think that as far as opening stages are concerned, this is probably one of the more iconic ones, because this is the main this was the main, like, commercial level that they showed off, mostly because of the whole Shamu situation. And I'm going to do this part without, like, trying to fudge it, but... Oh, wow, that's surprising. Okay, so normally when you're playing through this part, and this is probably a lot of the game becomes not so much how well have you learned the techniques and challenges that they're trying to make you go through, but so much as like it sometimes feels like you're fighting against the game, if that makes sense. Like you're fighting against where the glitches are and things like that, because the little narrow area before that loop-de-loop, in the Dreamcast and in the GameCube version, this version, which I'm playing on the Xbox, but it's irrelevant. It is very easy to get sucked out one of the side walls there, and that's why I was pretty surprised that I didn't get just taken out there. And there's a lot of parts like that in this game, which is... It's frustrating, because if they actually did a legitimate remaster of this game, I think it would be much better. Not necessarily like an overhaul of the gameplay style, like changing it into a Sonic Generations, but just going back and cleaning up a lot of the collision detection, a lot of the places where you can fall through, and just dumb stuff like that, because this game has a lot of solid levels and a lot of interesting level design for the time. And the music's great, and the levels are vibrant and beautiful, and this crap right here that's about to just blow your freaking mind with beauty, and... Oh, Dolphins, I love you! And that lens flare, and this fox I'm gonna eat here in a second. There's a lot of things that are good about it, but I think just the fact that the game was probably rushed in development to get it out in time for the Dreamcast launch is probably one of the things that handicapped it pretty well. I don't necessarily know for sure if that was the case, if it got rushed in development, but... It sure as hell feels that way, especially when you compare it to Sonic Adventure 2. That just seems still glitchy, like other Sonic games are, because a lot of games can't handle Sonic speed in a lot of ways, but it's a lot more solid than Sonic Adventure 1 is. And I'm hoping I can get around to kind of showing that kind of parallel, the distinction between the two. Like, this one's very rough around the edges. As you can tell, Tails' tails are going up and down his back, rather than actually flailing in a cohesive manner. Meanwhile, he's also magically pulling out Chaos Emeralds due to a screen change.
Yep, I just happened to find one of the 7 emeralds during one of my test fights.
Oh, well, aren't you special? Give me the emerald!
Power, you know.
Does it?
So I figured, why not use it to power my plane? Supercharge!
First time I did it, it immediately exploded, and it was all for nothing.
I've got something I've got to show you. It's in the Mystic Ruins. The fastest way is by train. Let's go!
But this was, this kind of situation was, or this kind of setup for the game was a very interesting one that I liked a lot, was the adventure stages. Being able to, you know, walk around a city and kind of explore. And they brought it back a bit with, that one game that I can't remember, and that no one wants me to remember. Sonic Unleashed. But I think the problem is that because Sonic's like just movement style and all that in general changed, it didn't lend itself very well to an open world kind of adventure world like this one does, where you can kind of like jump around, explore, and then they have these little hidden emblems around here. Get those. Like, I don't know, there's just a lot more to explore, and the gameplay lends itself to it much better than Unleashed did, in my opinion. Because it was one of those things, if you boost and you're just immediately off of whatever you're trying to platform, and you're like, oh, well, there went 5 minutes of my life, now I gotta get all the way back up there. Just garbage. Good times, though.
If it isn't Sonic! Look, it's a giant talking egg.
Silence! I am Dr. Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius in the world!
So I like this because they actually take the time to acknowledge Eggman's Western name. One thing I did notice when I replayed Sonic Adventure 2 a while back is that on one of the levels, they actually, even in the English version, they have the word Eggman on one of his ships, which I thought was kind of interesting, that they have that kind of distinction here. But I like that they made it that he considers himself Dr. Robotnik in this series, whereas Sonic and his friends like call him Eggman as a taunt. And then you get to things like Sonic Boom, where he's just owning Eggman, and you're like, that's not how insulting nicknames work. You're not supposed to roll with it. It wasn't meant to be a good nickname. Come on, man. Get your crap together. That's okay. I'm gonna wreck this sumbitch. Whee! Come on, buddy. That's right. Shoot them rockets at me. What you got? Oh god, I'm stuck on the fence. See, and this is one of the things I'm talking about. Is part of this game is not just like mastering the techniques and understanding when to hit and stuff like that. It's a little bit kind of fighting against the game in a way, and the only way to get really good is to kind of know where the pitfalls of the collision detection and where like some of the glitchiness comes into play, and the best way to handle it and the best way to use it to your advantage. Which some would argue that's a good way of saying that you've mastered a game, but at the same time, it shouldn't be this buggy. And I love this game to death. I absolutely do, but looking back on it in a retrospective way, there's a lot of things that needed to get cleaned up with this. And if they ever do make an HD remake, like an actual thing, not just DX, we swapped out a lot of these models and made them a little crisper, a little cleaner, but still have the same physics engine, I think it would be much better. And I think it'd be it'd be a real joy to play. It'd be like playing the Insane trilogy and stuff like that again, compared to the old stuff, where it just got prettier and it was kind of tighter, but still awkwardly more difficult in some ways. But, that's whatever. I got opinions on games. Happens. Meanwhile, Jackass over here is just holding the emerald out like it's his damn sandwich and he's ready for lunch. You don't leave sandwiches around Eggman, okay? You know he steals them and eats them. Tails. What am I gonna do with you, Tails?
Oh no, isn't that the same monster I saw the other day?
It was pretty dark. It's kind of hard to tell. Kick him in his watery balls and run.
Yes, it's just as the stone tablets predicted.
It's like the ancient PDFs of yore told me. Give him emeralds and he'll start growing crazy appendages, yes.
With all 7 emeralds in him, he'll be invincible and work for me.
I even have him a fantastic health benefit package set up.
Square. And on its ruins, I'll build Robotnik Land, the ultimate city.
So when you name something Robotnik Land, it just comes off more like a theme park than it does a city. Come on. And even, okay, let's get into that, because even in Sonic Unleashed it turns into a damn theme park. This man has no consistency with his vision for the world. And he just smoke bombed away. Can't rely on these two to do anything. It's awful. Just awful. Well, on that disappointing note, talking to you two, let's end it here. We'll come back with more Sonic Adventure. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll be back.